Love and Fibre, the field trip edition. I'm in Thornbury, Ontario, which is up in the Collingwood Blue Mountain area, because I'm going to go on the Apple Pie Trail tomorrow, which is this fantastic route that you can go all the way around this area, and they've got this app, so download the app and come up here and have fun. But today, or tonight, I'm going to make pie with a pie aficionado. I'm going to be cooking with Trish Smith. And I know her name because it's the same as mine, and we got to be related.
We must be related.
We have to be related. Anyway, and she, actually, her friend Patty brought us teacups because I didn't think that I was going to be allowed to drink here because I was going to drive. But my best friend Mikhail drove. I have a driver.
Cheers to drivers.
Cheers to drivers and to friends and learning how to cook something with somebody. Hey, I love the fact that you're going to teach me how to make a pie, because my mom wasn't such a great pie maker, but my grandma was. But she kind of took her recipe to her grave. So
my mom was an amazing pie maker. She was an amazing baker, period. So I'm happy to teach you everything she taught me.
And you know what is so neat is that if we don't do this, our recipes are lost.
That's right.
Like my grandma's recipe for her pastry, although I kind of know. But anyway, here's her pie. Look what we're going to make. We're going to make apple cranberry pie. And I will post the recipe later, but we'll talk it through so you can watch. Okay, so you're going to make the pastry.
Yes.
So what's your secret for your pastry for fat?
Well, for fat, I always use shortening.
Okay, right.
And just shortening. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh my gosh, it has to be butter or it's not worth eating. And I understand that people feel that way, but I believe that shortening provides a really flaky crust. And it's also vegetarian/vegan. So we have a lot of people that are
do a lard, which would be the other
it's
fat.
Animal fat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we have a lot of plant-based people that love that come to the bakery.
Yeah.
And I do put butter in the pie just as a top-up, but it allows me the flexibility to just remove that butter.
Yes.
And do a plant-based pie.
Okay, I love that. And you know what, I got to tell you, here's the secret from my grandma, and I know this. She used to use lard,
right,
and then she switched it to shortening.
Right.
And I said, Gran, what's your recipe? And she did the package on the back of the Crisco.
Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably what my mom's recipe is. But it's the love that you put in that makes the difference.
And you're paying it forward. Okay,
right.
So you're going to do that,
right?
And I get to play with apples, and Trish has got one of these cool apple peeler things, so you're going to do that.
Okay.
But she already taught me if you have an apple peeler, you got to put the stem in. I didn't know that. Okay, so you start making your pastry. I'll talk to you while you're doing it. Okay.
So
because I'm bossy.
Oh yeah. So do you want me to explain what I'm doing as I'm doing?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm starting.
You're dumping the flour in.
I'm dumping the flour in a big bowl.
Okay.
And I use pastry flour simply because pastry flour is lighter.
It's lighter. It's less gluten.
Right.
Right.
So I always use a pastry flour. My mom used all-purpose flour. So you can use all-purpose flour. That's not a problem at all.
Okay, but it does make for a lighter pastry, don't you think? I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't have pastry flour and all-purpose flour and bread flour. So if you don't have it, just use all-purpose. If you're wanting to experience a light flaky, then go and get some pastry flour. It's not an expensive
and you could store
item.
it in your fridge.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not actually going to go all that bad because there's no fat in it anyway. But it does eventually go kind of funny. But
so what I'm adding here, and we're all washed up and ready to go. Just so you, I'm adding.
Yes, we washed our hands.
Yes, we did. I'm adding a brown sugar
just
to give it some
our hands
sweetening.
in the wine. Okay. Oh, you put brown sugar in your pastry?
I put brown sugar in my pastry, just a little bit.
My grandma did not do that.
And it gives it a little bit of color. And also salt and a little bit of baking powder. So the baking powder gives you just a tiny lift in the oven, because the powder gives you a little bit of lift. It leavens when you get the moisture in it, but it also then leavens again when it gets hot in the oven. So it just helps get those flakes between the shortening.
Do you know what? I know my grandma did not do that because that's not. Oh, you know what? I think I just messed this up. Nobody watch what I'm doing. Okay, just watch Trish. Now you don't have a. Okay, I really buggered this up. I mean, I messed it up.
You want me to help you? I can help you.
No.
Okay.
Myself. I can do it myself. Okay, I think there's a really big sharp blade in here, though, so I have to be careful. I'm not throwing that apple. Oh, hey, speaking of apples, we talked about this before. These are Max, and that you just got them from an orchard.
Goldsmith, our local orchard.
Yes.
We've got so many
I'm going there
orchards in
tomorrow.
this area.
He's on the apple pie trail, right?
He is on
Yes.
the apple pie trail.
Right.
Kyle and his team are incredible. The apples that I typically use in the bakery are called Red Prince, but they aren't available till January.
Right.
But there's
And
so
that's an
many
Ontario
choices.
apple.
It's an Ontario
Yeah.
apple.
Yeah.
It's actually was created here, or is local here in Thornbury. But
Right. They
the
grow them here in Thornbury?
oh yeah,
I didn't know
when you
that.
drive up Grey Road 13 or 40, you'll see all of the beautiful all the orchards everywhere. But there are so
Okay,
many
got it.
choices.
Yes.
You don't have to wait until January to make your pie. So I chose, and these are Max, which
Right.
typically I wouldn't use for pie.
Because they go kind of mushy,
They go
don't they?
mushy,
Yeah.
but these were picked yesterday. So
Okay.
they're really hard and crispy, and it was my best choice that I had from the closest orchard to us. So we're working with the Max today.
Okay, and I wrote a thing on how healthy apples are for you, but because the peel has got insoluble fiber, which keeps things moving out of your GI, but the inside part has soluble fiber, and the soluble fiber lowers your cholesterol. Now, this pie's not going to do that, but it's going to kind of do, but it's a treat. And you're not
It is
saying
a
eat
treat.
pie every single day.
Absolutely
We're having pie
not.
occasionally. Look at, she's not going to use a pastry cutter like I do, because this pie, how
These
many
are my
pies is this
pastry
going to make?
cutters.
How many pies is this going to make?
This is going to make, it'll give us 6 pieces. So it'll give us 3 full, like double
full
crusted apple
double-crusted pies,
pies,
yeah.
or you could make an apple pie, make a quiche.
Yes. And you can freeze
Do
it too.
a crumble.
You
Oh,
can freeze it,
absolutely.
yeah.
So when you finish this, I'll use the 2 discs.
Right.
And the other 4 we'll use it here very
Okay,
quickly.
I love that you did it with your hands, because people are always saying, do I need a pastry blender? And I always say yes. So you don't. Oh, I really messed this one up. Holy smokes. This is harder than it looks, okay? I know I have to cut them in half. My girlfriend's waving at me off camera. She's going, cut them in half. I know. I can't do both things at once. Okay, all right. So how much, did you weigh the shortening, or did you just put it in?
I weighed it.
You weighed it.
It's a pound.
It's a
So
pound.
it's nice and easy.
Yeah,
You can
so
get
you
a
buy
brick,
it like that in a
buy
brick?
a brick of
Yeah,
Crisco.
right.
And away you go. And
Okay.
then you've got your Crisco, you've got 5 cups of pastry or all-purpose flour, some brown sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and then you mix up your dry. So you put in your shortening and just run it through. So you've got kind of like a
like a meal.
Like it's just crumbly.
Yeah.
It's just
It looks really good.
yeah.
Okay.
So once that's done,
Once that's done, you're going to add your
rub
liquid.
You add your liquid.
You said 8 apples, right? I kind of
I
got carried
did
away.
8.
I've been
ish.
fooling around.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Just
This
however
is fun
many
not
apples
being-
you think it is going to take to fill that pie with a little bit of cranberries.
Okay, I think there's going to be at least, there's going to be peel in this.
Okay, so
So
I've
that's
got
okay.
1 cup of cold water, and we're going to put in.
Never use a knife like this. I'm going to cut my hand off. Anyway, okay, go on. 1 cup cold water.
Yeah, we're going to plop in an egg
Yeah.
and 1 tablespoon
Of vinegar.
Of vinegar.
See, now that really is the Crisco recipe,
Yeah,
because the
well-
vinegar tenderizes it, right?
Yeah, it
Or something.
tenderizes it. It helps also with the color of the apples. Almost like a lemon juice, I guess.
Yeah.
In a way. So
Because
you
these
mix
are
that
actually
all
going
together.
brown really fast. I was kind of surprised.
Right.
Yeah.
And the red prints don't do that.
Okay.
That's one thing I noticed.
really wrecked that one.
Okay, so what I do is I put a little hole, almost like if you were making pasta. Put a little hole in the middle.
Yes.
I dump all of my liquid in.
And you mix it all with your hand?
No.
Okay.
I pull out my pastry bench scraper. I don't know what.
No, that's really
Is that-
cool. I have a metal one. It wouldn't work in
It,
that
would,
bowl.
it has
but
to be pliable.
Has to be pliable.
Right?
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
could just use a spoon and mix it up.
Right, hang on,
whatever.
I'm going to butt in. Okay,
Yeah.
so the filling is we've got 1.5 pounds of apples, but we have 3/4 of a cup of sugar, a tablespoon of flour, and a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's going to
3
go in here.
tablespoons of flour.
What did I say?
1 tablespoon.
Oh, yeah, it says 3.
You want something that's going to, like,
It's got to be some.
Yeah, you have to. It has to hold together to a certain
Right.
point.
The reason I'm going to put it in now is because the apples are going brown, and I just want to kind of cover them up.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I didn't get anything to stir this with. Oh shoot.
Oh.
Okay. No, I'm going to use the
Okay.
fork. I use the fork. It's good. Okay. So this isn't enough. I got to do more apples. All right.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
think
you know what?
so.
If we
Because
need
we're going to
to,
put the
we'll add more.
cranberries.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to add one more.
Okay.
Okay. As I like them like piled up high. All right. So now we were talking about pie plates, and you said, okay, so my mom when she made pie, she made them in a metal pie plate, but your mom
always use
Pyrex.
Right.
Okay, so now there's theories on Pyrex not being as crispy.
That is true.
And so I like it more of a crispy
Right.
pastry shell or whatever. So
and the metal is definitely better for that.
Gonna conduct
and
that
it's a funny story. I don't do it, but my mom always did. My mom did not like crunchy or firm apples in her pie.
Oh.
She liked it, and we joke around now, and that she liked an apple sauce pie. So the reason she used this was she would bake the pie or make the pie,
right.
and she'd put it in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then put it in the oven.
Well, that's a reason,
right?
That's legit.
Yeah. God rest your soul, Mom, but I disagree with you. Anyway, we had. Oops. Oh. So we have cider.
Oh, you've got
our
cider
thing.
in there. Well, we could just drink it.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, here we'll just pour it back.
Perfect.
In. There we go.
Problem solved.
Okay, and there's a cloth.
But that's why she did the glass. But here at the bakery, I use aluminum pie plates simply because
it's takeout.
It's takeout. People take them home. Yeah. Often I'll get customers that call me and say, Trish, could you please, if I bring you my pie plate, will you make me a pie in my plate so they can pass it off as their own? Which I happily do.
Do you let them do that?
Absolutely.
Oh, you're so nice. Okay,
not a problem. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the table, and I'm just going to pull this dough out.
And you're not manhandling it. She's not like aggressive. You don't want to be aggressive with pastry. You want to be gentle. It's kind of like a gentle lover.
Yes.
Just be very nice.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. All right.
I mean, there's a time. Never mind. Okay. So I put extra flour in it. People they're rarely worried about the amount of flour, and I don't find it makes any difference.
Any difference. Okay.
Just don't.
11 years as a baker.
Yeah, don't work it too much, but using extra flour, not a problem.
So it's in the working.
Working it.
You're very gentle.
Working it.
Look at that. That's so
like
gentle.
Soft like a baby's bum.
Baby's bum.
Right?
Actually, my bum's pretty soft right now, too. So.
Really?
Yes. You know what? You stop working on for 3 years and your bum drops down to the back of your knees. Anyway, okay.
What did I do with my bench scraper? Oh, I put it in my bowl.
Okay, right. And you got your cloth here. Then you're going to cut this into six pieces. This many, 6 pieces.
And what I'll do is I will, I'll turn them all into discs, like little pucks.
Right.
And I just kind of roll them up, shape them into a little puck. I wrap them in saran wrap and pop them in my fridge for 30 to 40 minutes.
Just to firm it up, because if it's too soft, it's like hard to roll out. And now, look at this mother rolling pin. Like, you could really do some damage with this. Okay, I was going to bring my little, I have a silicone one.
Oh.
I'm so glad I didn't bring it. It would have been embarrassing.
I wouldn't know how to use one that small anymore. Size does matter. Okay.
It does. I've been saying this for years, and I've been married 3 times. Not that has anything to do with it.
No. Of course not.
No.
Okay, so here's some refrigerated pieces that I had. So that I've just
She's already brought them out.
There we go.
Yeah,
so when I'm at the bakery, I actually just dunk them. I usually have a bigger bowl, and I would just flop them in and out of the flour. But I don't have that. So
again, you're making a mess. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
don't be scared,
No, don't be
People
scared.
Are like, oh, I'm not Martha Stewart. So I'm not either.
No.
Anyway, okay, good. Here,
so,
you do that. You're going to roll
it
out.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Good for you. I'm glad you wore black.
So basically, I start rolling, I pick it up, and I turn it. And then you just want to keep it moving so it doesn't. So don't you move around.
Right, and don't squish the heck out of it.
Pick it up, swish it around in the flour, throw some extra flour on top, and you just want to work it in a circle until it's big enough
to go into this.
To go into that.
Right, and this should be totally dry. I dried it all off so that the
after we
cider
seasoned it
is not in there anymore. You see all the comments. Like, feel free to ask questions. I'll ask them later.
I did it again.
Oh my gosh!
And this is a sure sign of a big belly when you get it on the table like that. But it's okay. It's love. Don't trust a skinny baker. Never trust a skinny baker.
If I wasn't wearing my good bra, my girls would be down here and I'd have flour on them. Anyway, this is called mechanical engineering. Anyway, okay.
Okay, so the way I know, I take my pie plate and I just put it on top and think, okay, am I almost all the way around?
Yeah, can you see that? No, but it's okay. So in other words, she wants to have enough that goes up the sides, right?
Goes up the sides.
And a little bit of overhang.
Right.
Okay, it needs to go a bit longer that way, you think?
Sure.
No. Okay. No.
No, we're good.
I'm not. Yeah.
We're gonna. So then what I do to make it easy to pick it up is I take it, I just pick my pastry up and I roll it on top, so I can hold it like this.
But because it's a big mother rolling
right.
pin. Okay.
And then you just figure it out and roll it over top.
Where did you get the rolling pin? Is
There's
it like
all
a,
the commercial
is it
bakery.
a commercial
It's a commercial bakery.
So
But
can anybody buy one of these?
absolutely. Just go to a restaurant supply. You don't have to be a baker.
You need this.
So then you get a pie.
And you know what? You can do squats with it too. It's quite heavy. Did you notice that? No, listen, seriously.
I wouldn't know. Obviously, I don't do them.
Okay, all right. Now we're going to do my filling.
Right.
Oh,
so
we
do
forgot
your
the cranberries.
Right, that's
Okay.
important in a cranberry
Okay, so
apple
there's
pie.
no fresh cranberries right now, but
No,
we're going to
so we
use
use
frozen.
frozen.
And I asked you to do that because I thought this is a really nice switch up for Thanksgiving.
It is.
You know, instead of always having, you know, I actually don't even like pumpkin pie. I don't like pumpkin.
You know what I do with my pumpkin pie?
What?
Put a meringue on top. It's phenomenal.
Okay, but I don't actually like the texture of the pumpkin part.
well.
Okay, was that too many apples?
No.
Okay,
well,
good.
if it is, we won't put them all in.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So now we're
let's-
ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here.
So we just dump
Tip.
them in. Looks beautiful.
Tip and scrape.
What
I
I
always
love
say you
about
need to
eating this
respect your
pie-
apples. You've
Right.
got to respect your food. Get them all in there.
Right.
Okay, good.
What
Yeah.
I love about this is the tartness and the juiciness of a cranberry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
I put cranberries in my apple crisp all the time too because I like that tart sweet thing going on too.
And it's so pretty.
It is so
It's
pretty.
so pretty.
It is so pretty. Where's my cloth? There it is.
Okay. You
good.
know what I forgot?
What?
And I have a mic on, so I'm not going to go get it.
What?
I would normally at this point take about
Can we get one
five-
of our lovely? We have
five-
2 audience members. Could we get what?
5 little blobs, little
butter?
dots of butter.
Yeah, because you want to make that syrupy, yummy stuff
Right.
in there. Where would the butter be? Patty's gonna go look. I'll drink.
Oh, Patty.
Oh, Patty.
Okay, Patty. Okay, you drink while I think. Okay, go over here. Can I? No, I can't.
No, she can't.
Let's
go.
just pretend.
We're gonna
I'm
pretend.
going to eat this
Yeah, we're gonna
myself
pretend.
anyway,
Okay,
so
good.
that's just
All right.
quality control.
Yes, okay. Now we're gonna
so
do a
I'm
lid.
going to make sure. So the lid. So I'm
Okay.
going to set that over here.
Right. Okay. Can you all
And
see?
while I'm doing that,
Yeah, what am I gonna do?
Could you please? We're going to need the egg
Oh,
wash.
yeah,
and if you could do the
supposed
egg
to be
wash.
doing something.
No, no, no.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. I was
You're
going to.
so much nicer than me. I would have yelled at me.
Just there,
Egg.
and a fork, and there's just
Yeah.
a little bit of water in
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
just
1
to make an egg
tablespoon.
wash because I want to
You wanna
touch
glue
around
it.
the edge
Yeah.
with a little bit of egg wash, so when we put the top crust on, it'll stick and it won't seep out over there. Okay, and while you do that,
Basically pastry glue.
right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
This is
do
really
the
fun.
top. It's fun. Thank
It is
you so
really
much
fun.
for
Oh, no,
coming.
thank you for inviting me.
It's just fun to
I'm
do
so
this.
excited.
We do classes here sometimes, and
you?
we did it we have an event in the fall. It's called Glamapalooza, and everybody
It's
does
called what?
Glamapalooza.
I thought you said Grandma Palooza.
Oh,
Bring your
yeah.
grandma and go your palooza and come down to the Thornbury Bakery and Cafe.
And
What is it?
It's just a ladies. It's called Ladies Take Thornberry, and we do it at a. And
am I
anyway,
gluing this?
one
Am I
of the
putting
things.
egg?
Yeah, just around. There's
Okay.
a pastry brush
pastry
there
brush.
if you want. Anyway, I did a group of 12 ladies, and we made just apple pie from scratch, and we had so much fun. We didn't use teacups. We used a larger vessel, but the outcome was the same.
Yeah, but you see, people don't know you're drinking what you're drinking. I call it white tea.
It is.
And it's really fun. Somebody on Twitter said, I'm drinking one of Mairlyn's very famous white teas. God bless you. Anyway, okay, yes. And it's really funny, you know, because I actually don't drink that much, but
It's nice when
It's
you're
nice.
cooking, isn't
I
it?
know.
To me, that's
It's
a
like
relaxing
fun.
thing.
Yeah.
Even after being here all day, I
wanna have a
like to
nice
go
little-
home and
yeah.
cook the right
Yeah,
way.
Cook the right way.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I
we're
drink a lot
pretending
at the
there's butter.
cottage with Mikhail. Anyway,
We're pretending there's about 5 daubs of butter on there, dabs,
Use your
whatever.
imagination.
Okay, and then you do the same thing. You roll your pastry on top of your.
So we're not worried about this little extra bit?
No, we'll cut it off in a
Okay,
minute.
all right.
So I take that, and then you just kind of eyeball it, and you roll it over.
Look at that. Come on.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And then we're going to go rolling and tucking, right? I love this
Right.
part.
So now what I do is I just kind of tap it down so the pastry glue takes place. And then I use scissors and I just kind of go around the edges.
That's really good. Make sure you wash these. I use kitchen
Yes.
shears in my kitchen all the time, but you know, like I use it like don't cross contaminate. So always wash these
Always
after.
wash them.
Yeah.
These are our pastry scissors.
Yes. Okay.
So just you want to
A little
leave a little
haircut.
bit, just a little bit of haircut.
Yeah,
Take
because
a
there
little
is shrinkage. Shrinkage in
shrinkage.
size matters.
It is a
This is
real
a whole other
thing.
show. Anyway,
okay, so once you like that,
you have so much flour in you, it's awesome.
I know.
I'm
do.
not really working hard. So anyway, okay, good. All right, yes.
So
I got
now what I do with these is I pick it up. I pick up both pieces of pastry as they're glued
Yep,
together,
yep.
and I tuck the around.
You can see that.
So I tuck the
Here,
bottom.
I'm going to hold it, and then you tuck.
Okay, so
Okay.
you just pick them up and you tuck underneath, all the way around, and that
No.
really helps with the seal.
Yeah.
So we go all the way around.
I'm actually, this is a good teamwork thing.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
And then you can do the finger thing?
Right. And then I do the
finger
thing.
thing.
Flouting.
Okay.
Some people say fluting, but to me
Fluting.
that's this. Flouting
Oh.
is this.
Oh.
So when I do
Do you
flouting,
call it a champagne flute or a flout?
flute. Ooh, that would have been fun in
That
our
would be
teacups.
funny. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
wait.
good.
Cheers.
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 Oh. I'm so
Okay,
glad I have a
oops.
designated driver. Okay, yeah.
Oops.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's your pie.
So now I do these two fingers and my index finger. So I put my two fingers down
Yep.
and I poke in between.
Right.
Then my thumb goes where that finger was. Over, poke.
Here.
That's all right. I spin it. Oh, up there like that.
Here, okay.
Okay. Oh, I got it on my.
It's on your boobs.
Okay,
Or
I'm
they
gonna
can't
go
see it
this
anyway.
way. Okay.
Just use your imagination.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I'm just
okay.
it's basically it's like this, and then you move that there, and you move that there, and you just keep going like that.
Yeah, right. Perfect. You're really fast. You've done these
I've
before,
done this
haven't
a
you?
few
How many
thousand
pies do you
times.
make during your season?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
A
Chef?
few thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
So what's your problem out there making one?
Right?
It's a lot of work, right? So I think this whole idea of having 6 pastry shells, so you have 3 pies already, because that's half the work. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty.
Right?
And you're going to put a hole in the front top, right, so it doesn't blow up?
Okay, the key with the holes.
The key
is
with the holes, there's a
Always do
keyhole.
everything else. So if I put my holes in now and then I put egg wash on it, the egg wash seals the holes. Right?
Of course
so,
it does.
Yeah, so I would take this and I do my little egg wash.
Right.
I don't do the edges.
For color. Because it's going to brown
It's gonna
faster
brown
anyway.
anyway. The edges
That's
always-
a genius. I usually put a tinfoil around. This is so smart. I am learning. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
This is so good.
Okay, so I put a little bit of egg wash all the way around. You
Right.
don't want it to look sloppy. You want it to be even.
And pretty. Oh, and then
pretty.
you've got coarse granulated sugar.
Right?
And
Now
now
to
this
give
is
it a
special.
little sprinkle.
Now I call it sanding sugar. Do you
Yes.
call? Is that what it is?
Well,
or
I think sanding sugar is very fine.
is it?
I
thought it was
thought
coarse.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
To me, sanding sugar is very, very fine, but maybe I don't use it. I only use the coarse.
the pie.
So
Okay.
then I
Yeah.
take my fork after everything's done,
Right.
and I put a bunch of
Of
pokes
holes
in
in it. Okay.
Okay,
And then we get to eat it.
and then we get to eat it.
Okay,
So wait
so
a
you're
second.
gonna put that in the oven.
2 options.
Okay.
Take this now if you don't want to do it, or if you make more than one. Wrap it in a saran or a bag or whatever, and tie it up tight and put it in the freezer immediately.
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 I wrecked this.
That's okay.
I didn't cut it good. You
brought you-
had
yeah.
the thing and everything. Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
All right.
Or put it in an oven at 350, 375, depending on how hot your oven is, for about 50 minutes or so, 55 minutes.
Right.
Until it's, this one really I think could have been a little bit browner.
Well, it smells fantastic.
Good, I'm glad. So if you do freeze it,
Yeah, do you
raw,
cook it from frozen?
cook it directly from frozen. The trick to that is put your put a cookie sheet in the oven while it's preheating.
That's so smart.
So that the cookie sheet is hot. Once it comes to
hot.
temperature, put your frozen pie right on top of the hot cookie sheet. That
So
helps cook the
smart.
bottom crust.
That is so smart.
So
There
that's
you go.
that.
Okay, so okay there, and this is my piece. Here, I'll give you the one that's prettier.
Oh, wow.
And here's the fork.
Thank you. And there's
All right, and here's a
Okay.
taste. Okay, good. Okay, we got to taste
right,
this.
here we
I'm so
go.
excited because you know what? I'm not a pie fan, but I love apple pie. That's my favorite pie. Sweet and tart.
little bit of tartness when you get the.
Oh, your paste is really good. It's like a flashback, eh? It's really good. Okay, well,
I guess we
25
should stop.
minutes. I think we did it.
Oh,
Thank you,
pretty good.
Trish. That was
Thank you so much. This was
fantastic.
fun.
You're really good. You should have your own show in Thornbury. Okay, so follow Michaela and I on the Apple Pie Trail tomorrow. I posted on Facebook, but I'm going to put on my Instagram. We're gonna go on this map. And we're going to drive around and look at like wineries and stuff, and eat and drink and everything about apples. When you're driving around, come to the Thornbury Bakery and Cafe. You can have lunch, breakfast, lunch.
Breakfast and lunch and lots of pastries. Everything's made from scratch, fresh every morning.
And she has gluten-free and
and we're just
paleo-
launching keto bread now too.
Keto bread
Yeah,
too. So
absolutely.
yeah, great place to come. Thank
Okay.
you so much. We'll hug up with the flower. Oh, come on, here we go.
Brave.
All right, so we'll see you next week. Oh, and sidebar. So I notified the person who won the Breville, but they haven't gotten back to me. They have 3 more days. Check your Facebook, your Messenger. If you might have won something, and if not, I'll draw again. All right, so we'll see you next week. I don't have a clue what I'm going to do next week, but it probably won't be as fun as this. But come back anyway. All right, see you guys. Bye. Now we have to, Mikhail. No, I can come over and I can turn this off. So Trish, keep smiling because you're still on.
Oh,
and I'm going to
Can
go
I
all
keep eating?
Yeah, you keep eating, and I'm going to come over here and turn this off. Okay, bye everybody.